If one more person asked you to make one more decision today, you might just disappear. Keys in hand, no explanation, just poof, gone. It won't matter what question was asked. What's for dinner? What do you think about this? Are we going somewhere tomorrow? You'll smile, nod, respond, while something inside quietly packs its bags. I know you know that exhaustion. But here's the deal. The meltdown is not just exhaustion. You're actually carrying a whole invisible backpack of micro choices, sky-high expectations, and some sneaky perfectionism you didn't even ask for. And I bet you didn't even know that if you're taking care of others, you're making close to 50,000 decisions every day, which is roughly 15,000 more than most people. Let that sink in and resonate. And if you're someone who needs to get things done right, who can't afford mistakes, who carries the weight for others, decision fatigue hits you even harder, especially if you don't even realize that you're still operating in perfectionist mode. Today we're talking about something that's been quietly wrecking your focus, your motivation, and your energy: decision fatigue. And I'll be sharing 3 hidden ways that perfectionism might have invited itself to the party. And then later in the video, I'll also give you 4 simple actions that can have an immediate impact on your life today. Let's get into it. Decision fatigue happens when you've made too many choices. Big, small, doesn't matter. Your brain is just tapped out. It's why you freeze at simple stuff. It's not about being lazy, it's about you're depleted. Like when you're choosing outfits, answering messages, handling family drama, making work choices, managing schedules, and every decision feels weighted even when it shouldn't. Now, the tricky thing about perfectionist decision fatigue is that it often appears as something else, meaning it doesn't always look like color-coded planners or clean counters. So here are the 3 hidden signs that you might be caught up in perfectionist decision fatigue. 1, it's the way you delay making choices because you're scared of getting it wrong. 2, it's in how you never ask for help because it's just easier to do it yourself. And 3, it's in the standards you hold yourself and others to even when you're worn out and bitter about it. But why do we do this to ourselves, you might be wondering. Let's get into what's going on in your brain. We're going to call it running out of decision juice. Scientists will call it something else, but we're going to call it that today. Every choice you make uses the same mental energy tank. The more decisions you made, the emptier your tank gets, just like a muscle getting tired after reps. When you're the main decision maker for your family and work, you're running a mental marathon every single day. And if you're a perfectionist, you're running that same marathon in the heat, uphill, and in flip-flops. Studies show women feel 30% more fatigue than men, mostly because of something called mental load. That's the job of remembering and organizing everything. And the average mom gets interrupted once every 3 minutes to deal with someone else's needs. I talked more about mental load in a previous video. I'll link it up top. But each interruption means new decisions have to be made. Do I help now? How do I help? And when am I going to get back to what I was doing? Here's the cycle. Perfectionism drives us to overthink every option. The overthinking leads to decision fatigue. And the decision fatigue decreases our ability to make good choices. And what do we do when we feel our decision quality slipping? Double down on perfectionism to compensate, and it returns back into the cycle. Once I started noticing my behavior and I started applying specific strategies, the same strategies I'll be sharing with you in just a moment, I noticed an almost immediate feeling of release and relief because there was one less thing for my brain to be concerned about. But when I was spreading myself thin, by the end of the day, everything got the same low-key, half-baked level of attention because I just couldn't invest any more time toward any of the situations. I was just completely done. But now I protect my brain power like it's the precious. And if you know, you know. I reserve my best thinking for what deserves it that day. And I use those actionable steps that I'm going to tell you about right now. So far, we've accepted that decision fatigue is real and that perfectionism can be sneaking its way in as well. And it hits differently whether you're managing a household, a business, a team, or all three at once. Let's move from stuck to unstuck with these 4 strategies that reduce mental clutter and that you can start using immediately right after this video. First, make fewer decisions, like on purpose. We're out here making 50,000 decisions a day. A lot of those are unnecessary. Let's be honest with ourselves. So we can afford to cut some down. Here's some ways we could do that. Repeat stuff. Maybe the same breakfast all week. Maybe it's the overnight oats that we keep seeing everywhere on the internet. Have go-to outfits. Have a reoccurring delivery schedule. Make Taco Tuesdays a thing, or buy one, get one free pizza night. The point is, less choices equals less stress. Batch it. Handle emails at once. Do all your planning on Sunday night. Add in some of those repeat stuff tasks that we just mentioned. So just maybe plan all of your menus for the week, all your outfits for the week, etc. Get it out of the way. Offload it. Let your husband, your teen, or your coworker fully own one area with none of your meddling, micromanaging, none of it. You're not going to come back and try and fix anything they've done. You're going to leave it. I'm going to need you to trust the process because this isn't about laziness, it's about your survival. Second, I want you to embrace good enough. Perfectionism is cute and all until it steals 2 hours of your life trying to pick a dinner recipe. So instead, ask yourself, what does good enough look like right now? It doesn't have to be perfect, just decent and done. Dinner that feeds everybody without objection, that's a win. The perfect choice, that can wait. So your mantra, progress over precision. Third, let your core values do the heavy lifting. So when you know what matters most, a lot of decisions make themselves. For example, keep a short list, maybe on your phone or your laptop or a planner, whichever one you use the most, about what matters most to you and your family. And then when you're tired and stuck, you can just ask yourself, okay, does this choice align with these core values? And if it's yes, then go ahead. If not, it's a no, or maybe not right now. So think values equals shortcuts. And last, make the big calls when your brain is fresh. That's usually in the morning for many of us. So save that time for meaningful things, not lunch. Lunch menu can wait. If you work during those hours, try weekend mornings. Be flexible with your golden hour and schedule it where it's most effective for you. I'll link a previous video that I explained a little bit more about the golden hour in. All right, value recap time. Decision fatigue isn't about being weak, lazy, or unmotivated. None of those. It's about having too many tabs open in your mind, your heart, and your calendar. So today we named the real problem. You're not just tired, you're decision tired, with procrastination probably seeping in there somewhere. We shifted the mindset from trying to do more to protecting your energy like it's sacred, because it is. And I gave you real tools to use immediately. You're gonna decide less, you're gonna simplify, you're gonna systematize, you're gonna stop letting small choices steal your energy. And now I have a few bonus tools. I have a quiz to help you see what's really draining you, and a checklist with small moves that bring big peace. The point is, you don't have to do it all. You just have to choose differently, on purpose, with clarity, with compassion for yourself. So here's your next best step. Download the checklist, take the quiz, and try one action today, not 10, just one. Because you're not behind, so there's no rush, no one's chasing you. You're building a better rhythm, and trust me, that's how you get unstuck. I'd love for you to like, comment, or share it with another woman who's carrying too much. We don't gatekeep peace over here. I want you to gatekeep your peace. I need you all to have this information so you can use it in your lives and share it with others. You're not alone. So see you in the next one. Stay grounded and focused, and stay kind to yourself first.